Hey, welcome to the next lesson. I'm going to show you how to break down or how to play the solo that I did for the Bradley Hall contest, the Pass the Pick #2 contest that he put out in 2023, which is right now when I'm making this, but you might be watching this when it's 2030. If it is, then has AI taken over the world yet? Let me know. All right, so here we go with the Pass the Pick Challenge #2, hosted by Bradley Hall. This is my entry. Whether I win or not, or whether I won or not, I have no idea. I don't think I will. There's so many good players out there, but I was excited to enter, and I wanted to use this as an opportunity to kind of show you how I wrote the solo and break it down for you as well. So here we go. All right, thanks for watching. As always, come back every week for new lessons. Always putting out lessons for you. The Bradley Hall contest, all he did was offer a drum beat, and then the players would come up with their own rhythm tracks, and then of course play over their rhythm tracks. This is the rhythm track that I did. It's in the key of A minor, and I played it like this. That's it. That's the whole song. It's like 15 seconds. And then the lead that I put over it sounds like this. Nice and slow, but that's basically the whole thing. Hey, as always, thank you for checking out the free lessons that I have here on YouTube every single week. And if any of these free lessons is ever over the top to you, I got a foundational course for you. It's a 7-day course. So it's a free 7-day course. It's at tinyurl.com/danH411, and it'll help you unlock the fretboard. It'll show you the scale shapes string by string. And what I do is over 7 days, I start really minimalistly, and then I go to the second string and the third string, and then I add a fourth string and a fifth string and a sixth string. Eventually it gets to the point where I'm showing you both diatonic and pentatonic boxes and how they make sense in a circular fashion. There's just a couple little rules that you need to know so that you can go ahead and fly up and down the fretboard from string to string, playing these different scale shapes, and always being in key, playing with confidence, improvising intuitively, and being able to just pretty much pick up the guitar and go no matter what song's playing. 7-day course, unlock the fretboard, play intuitively, play with confidence, just pick up the guitar and go. I'll have the link in the description, so check that out. Okay, so what that is there is, even though it's in the key of A minor, right, this key right here, that E note is in there. So it's right there. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the fifth note, so it's the fifth. And that note right there, I'm kind of droning over. Okay. At the end of it, I do this, which kind of harkens back to the beginning. So it kind of connects it all together. Again, I think I've said this before in previous lessons, but structure in the songs. Structuring the songs to where you have a repetition, you have reprise. It's going to allow people, when they're listening to the song, to kind of hook into, your hook, whatever that is in your song. Especially if you're doing instrumentals. Like, I like to do a lot of instrumentals, so I want to hook people in to where they know that, okay, we're always going to come back to this part, and that's like the chorus or whatever. But there's also a theme that goes throughout the song, rather than just noodling, which there's nothing wrong with noodling. Okay, noodling can be fun, especially if you're just playing a lead for a song that's like a 4-minute song and you got a little 30-second lead part. That's fine. But if you're playing a long song and it's all lead, then you want to give listeners something to kind of hook back into, because they're not hearing vocals, so they don't have anything to sing over. So you want to give them something that their ear will kind of keep coming back to, And that's kind of what I did with this. Even though it's only 15, 16 seconds, I came back to it. And I think that's pretty important. So we're going to start off on the 5th string at the 7th fret, the 8th fret, and the 10th fret. And we're going to go back and forth between that and the open of the E. So. And then we're going to play the scale here, which is this scale. And it feels like it comes back to that, which is your C major. But that's going to be because C major is a relative major to your A minor, okay? So it sounds like that, but the song, of course, is here. It's in that key, it's in the key of A minor, okay? Again, C major is a relative. So we're going to go. Now, I'll map out the whole scale on the screen for you, but we're not going to play the whole scale. We're not going to play all the way across. We're not going to play this. We're only going to play this. Then we're going to go to the next scale shape. So on the 5th string, we're going to play the 7, the 8, and the 10. And on the 4th string, we're going to play the 7, 9, 10. And then on the 5th string, we're going to play the 8, the 10, and the 12. Nice long span there. First finger, ring finger, pinky, but it's a long span, whole note, whole note. And then on the 4th string, we're going to play the 9, the 10, and the 12. So. And then we're going to go to that next shape, which is on the 5th string at the 8th fret, 10th fret, and the 12th fret. And we're going to do the same thing that we did at the beginning. Instead of doing this, we're going to do that on the 8th, the 10th, and the 12th of the 5th string, and then drone on the open E. So. And then we're going to play this whole scale all the way across. We're going to alternate pick the first part, and it's going to be legato the rest of it. So it's going to go like that. So we're going to basically do the same thing that we did here. But instead of doing it on the 7th, the 8th, and the 10th, we're going to do it on the 8th, the 10th, and the 12th. 8, open, 10, open, 12, open. So. So the scale that we're going to be running down is going to be on the 5th string, 8, 10, 12. Then on the 4th string, 9, 10, 12. And on the 3rd string, 9, 10, 12. And then on the 2nd and the 1st strings. And it's going to be played alternate picking on the 5th string, then legato the remaining strings. And when I say legato, what I mean is we're hitting the string one time and then hammering on the rest of the notes. So on the 5th string, we're going to play. And then on the 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and 1st string, we're going to go. Picking wise, you can do like an arpeggiated type picking. So we're going to be like, just pick straight on through. And as you do that, of course, the timing of the song is going to be, right? You know, something along those lines. And when you play this, you know, you kind of want to be smooth with it, but you don't want to do this. You know, you want to go kind of, you got to listen to the music and kind of put it together with it, but that's basically the idea. So we're going to go ahead and do that first, and then the second, and then it runs into that legato lick, and then it goes into a sweep. So here, and right here, it almost immediately goes into that sweep. So from here, your pinky is landing on the 13th fret of the 1st string, which means your index finger is open, and we're going to go ahead and grab that index finger onto the 12th fret of the 3rd string, and we're going to play this little sweep. And that's it. That's the whole sweep right there. And I'll break that down for you in just a second, but I want to show you where the scale shape is. So we pretty much have covered like 3 scales here. We did this one. And then we're going to go ahead and go from there into this one, which is where your legato run is. And now we're going to be on this one. The whole scale shape there is played on the 6th string at 12, 13, 15. And then on the 5th and the 4th strings at 12, 14, 15, 12, 14, 15. And then the 3rd string at 12, 14. And then the 2nd and the 1st strings. Like there's your little anchor shapes right there. So we ended off with that legato run playing the beginning anchor shape there. And then we're going to be running into this anchor shape, which is part of that next scale shape. But we're not going to play it like that. We're not going to go. We're going to go playing in that arpeggiated shape right there. So to play that arpeggiated shape, it's 2 triads. They're both ending with a hammer on and pull off. And then when we go to the last part, we're going to do 4 strings. So 3 strings, hammer on, then 3 strings, and then 3 strings again. And then back to that last note, which is going to be your 4th string, which will take you across 4 strings. So we're going to go from the 3rd string on the 12th fret to the 13th fret. So 12th fret to 13th fret to the 1st string on the 12th fret. I can't count. 12th fret on the 3rd string, 13th fret on the 2nd string, then 12th fret on the 1st string, hammering on to the 13th fret on the 1st string. So then you're just running that whole shape backwards. And then going forward again. So going backwards to the 13th fret on the 2nd string, the 12th fret on the 3rd string, back to the 13th fret on the 2nd string, back to the 12th fret on the 1st string, then now hammering on with my pinky to the 15th fret on the 1st string. Then back to the 13th fret on the 2nd string, back to the 12th fret on the 3rd string, and then I believe we go back again. When you're sweeping, angle your pick so that it's angled towards you when you're going down, so you get least resistance to the strings. Angle it so it's faced away from you when you're coming back, so you get least resistance. If you try to go, perpendicular to the body, you're going to get some resistance with the strings. I also like to make it really loose in my hands. It almost feels like I'm going to drop it sometimes. I hold it so loosely, but it's just a feel thing. It's a tactile thing. You just got to really feel what you're doing. Okay, so we're just going. Right there. 1, 2. So 1, 2, and this goes back to that 4th string at the 14th fret right there. 1, 2, and then that's a little arpeggio right there. Right, that's something you can do as well. You can even go ahead and grab the 15th fret on the 1st string as you do that. Right, there's all kinds of cool little licks in there if you just play around with it. But anyway, after that, your finger's already on that 14th fret of the 3rd string, so you're just going to go ahead and leave your ring finger right there. Take your index finger and put it index finger, middle finger, pinky, like playing a 1, 2, 4 shape, index finger, middle finger, pinky on the 12th, 13th, and 15th of the 1st string. And this is the last little lick, and it's a cool little lick. You go. I'm using the 1, 2, 4 pattern on the 2nd and the 1st strings, which is your 12th, 13th, and 15th, or your 1st finger, your 2nd finger, and your 4th finger, 1, 2, 4 pattern. So 12th, 13th, 15th, and I'm going So on the second string I'm playing 12, 13, and on the first string I'm playing 12, 13, and I'm playing 12, 13 again, and then I'm playing 13, 15. So that's all I'm playing with this hand. On my left hand I'm playing 12, 13, 12, 13, 12, 13, 12, 15. One of my teachers, Kevin Dillard, he wrote Arpeggio Madness and Technical Shred, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. Check those out. Kevin Dillard, Technical Shred and Arpeggio Madness. Great stuff. And I live in the town where he teaches out of, so I'm able to go see him from time to time and get some lessons from him. So he's a really great teacher. I'd highly recommend you check out his stuff. And that's not a paid promotion, by the way. I just highly recommend him. These are called hammer-ons from nowhere, where you just... So all I'm doing is, on the second string, 12, 13, on the first string, 12, 13, and then on the first string, 12, 13 again, and then on the first string, 13, 15. And then it allows me to tap. So with this hand, I'm tapping on the 15th fret of the second string. Got to try to keep it quiet, right? I'm palming with this hand, I'm palming with this hand. You can get you a fret wrap if you need it. I'm resistant, I don't want one. Old school. Okay, tell me in the comments, do I need one? And then I'm gonna go from here. You gotta flick it. And I'm gonna go. See, I did the same shape on both of those. I'm doing 12, 13, 15, 13, 12, 13, then 12, 13, 15, 12, or 13, 12, 12, 13, 15, 13, 12, 13, 12, 13, 15, 13, 12. Now I'm going to go to the 17th fret. So. When I get to the first string, I'm going 12, 13, 15, 13, 12, 13, 17, 13, 12. Slide my index finger up to the 13, 13, 15, 17. And then I don't flick or anything. That's the last note. Right? All kinds of cool stuff in there. Right? You can go backwards and forwards. Make it into a circle. All kinds of cool stuff in there if you play around with that. It's one of the things that he kind of opened my eyes, that guy Kevin Dillard, he kind of opened my eyes up with tapping, is just take, like, for me, all those notes are really close together, right? And I'm thinking I could just play. Like, why tap there? For me, the mystery of tapping was always tapping is I'm playing down here, and I'm tapping up here. Right? I can't reach it with this hand. I can't reach up here with this hand, so I'm using this hand to tap. But you can get some really cool sounds by staying right within the same box and tapping. Even though your fingers are close together, some really cool shreddy stuff right within those same boxes. Very melodic stuff too. So that's that last lick. This is where it gets tricky. You go, oops. See, you feel, when I was playing this, when I was recording this, I felt like right there I needed to move my left hand up. But I wanted to, for timing purposes, I wanted to stay. But you hear how it sounds better tapped? Or it sounds cooler tapped, right? So that gives you pretty much the whole lead. If you wanted to try to play that, right? The Bradley Hall Pass the Pick contest that I entered. If you wanted to try to play that, then of course, there it is, all right? My entry, I'm sure, is not the best entry. But like I said, I had fun playing it, and it was cool to enter that. And I'm going to try to enter more contests like that. And I want you to do that too, okay? When, you know, Jared Dines, Bradley Hall, there's a few others who do this. And when they do these contests, you know, check them out, put something together, enter them. It doesn't matter if you're good. It doesn't matter if you're bad. It doesn't matter if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced. It doesn't matter. Just enter it and let other people give you feedback. You know, have a thick skin about it because you'll get some negative comments. But let other people give you feedback. You know, build community with other people because it's going to really help you not just self-evaluate, but, you know, other people can evaluate you, but then you use that and then you evaluate yourself as well to figure out what do I need to do better? What do I need to improve on? I always like to play to my strengths. There's some things that I'm really good at. And when I sit down and I record, or when I build solos that I know I need to play live, I'm going to do my best to find things that are going to work for me, things that I know I can play. You pick what you want to learn. You pick how you want to flesh it out and what you want to do, but put it out there. I know a lot of people are doing this, but I'm going to try to eventually have some kind of feedback forum where I could check out your stuff and I can give you some feedback as well. If you sign up for my free course, right, at danh411, tinyurl.com/danh411, I will put you on my mailing list. I'll also eventually have some kind of forum or membership where people can come and talk and share their ideas. And there's other people out there already doing that. So if you're interested in doing that, get them to give you feedback, okay? Because it will help you with your guitar playing. But I am out of here. That's this one. Actually, I'm not out of here. I'm about to make a couple more. So you'll see me in the same blue shirt. I am going to change guitars though. So in the next one, you'll see a different guitar. I guess that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Hey, I hope you're enjoying the free content I got here on YouTube for you. Remember, come back every week, brand new lesson. And don't forget that I got a free course out there for you, 7 days to unlock the fretboard. Give me 7 days. I'll give you 7 different lessons. You might do it quicker. You might take a little bit longer with it. You might have to come back to it and watch it several times. But practice, 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 right? It's going to get you where you need to go. It's going to give you a great foundation. If you've picked up the guitar before and you've learned some different licks or some different chops, if you learn some different scale shapes and things like that, but you're not really sure how to connect them together, if you're playing leads but you're doing things that you can only do over one key, if you have trouble picking up the guitar and just improvising intuitively, that's what this really is for. It's not a beginner course or anything like that, although I would still like you to sign up even if you're a brand new beginner, because I got all kinds of cool stuff that I send out to my email list. Some of it will help beginners, intermediates, and advanced, so be sure to check that out, because no matter where you are on your path, eventually you will get to the point where a lot of the stuff that I'm showing you, either in these free lessons or through my mailing list or in my other courses, is going to help you. So be sure to check that out. Again, start with the free course, right? It's a great foundational course. Start with that. 7 days to unlock the fretboard, 7 days to understand where the scale shapes are and how to move them around, how to play in any key, how to play intuitively, how to pick up the guitar and just go and play with confidence. That's what I've always wanted as a guitar player, and that's what I want for you. So check it out. Link will be in the description, or you can just go to tinyurl.com/danh411, assuming that never changes, and I will see you in the next lesson.